FMA's Lust arc goes from episode 15 to 19, and is probably my favorite arc in the story. It revolves around Mustang metaphorically playing chess against the homunculi to weed out Hughes' real killer. The first thing that stands out is the emotional investment. Hughes, a likable character, was murdered in a previous arc, and his killer was never brought to justice. This arc is about bringing those people into the light and serving justice to them. While Envy, the trigger man, isn't killed, Lust, who attacked Hughes that night with envy, is killed in one of the most cathartic and epic scenes in anime. There were other emotional scenes like Ross's fake death, Armstrong's anger, Hawkeye's rage, and Alphonse's resolve. The second thing that stands out is how Mustang actually moves his men around like chess pieces. He crafts a detailed plan using characters from past arcs to aid him. First, Hawkeye coincidentally meets Barry. After Roy meets him, he keeps Barry stationed somewhere in secret along with Fallman, someone from his unit. Meanwhile, he researches the Hughes case and the fifth laboratory, which was important in the previous arc. Envy tries to keep tabs on Mustang with his shapeshifting, but Mustang is a professional. Lust is also dating Havoc, another one of Mustang's men, to gain info, but he leaks nothing. Then, the villains make their move when they get the government to arrest Maria Ross for Hughes' murder. Envy had shapeshifted into her when he killed Hughes, and a lot of the evidence that could prove her innocence is being ignored. When this is in the news, Mustang gets a call from Barry, who helps prove her innocence, so he makes a plan. Barry is to break out Ross, while Breda gets materials to make a fake corpse. When Ross has gone rogue, Mustang uses this as an excuse to murder her, but he really just burns a fake corpse and has her escape the city in silence. Now, everyone thinks he's murdered Ross for revenge. The way this was executed resulted in an amazing plot twist. While breaking Ross out of jail, Barry also linked with Ling, which allowed Mustang to start working with him too. Breda, Armstrong, and Ed all go to Xerxes, where they see that Ross is still alive. Ross goes to Jing with one of Ling's men while the rest stay out of the city. Hawkeye requests leave, which means that all of Mustang's unit are officially on break. He uses calls disguised as flirting calls to talk with Hawkeye and his men in secret. After Barry's breakout, the villains send Barry's human body to attack. Barry, Fallman, Havoc, and Hawkeye fight and subdue Barry, but then Gluttony joins. Fury and Mustang show up to save the day. In the manga, Ling, Lanfan, and Envy are also in this battle, and the Jingese fighters use their chi sensing to track and attack him despite his shapeshifting. Lanfan is also the one to fire a signal flare to bring Al, Mustang, and Ling into the battle. When Hugh and Barry goes on the run, Al joins Mustang and they track him back to the third laboratory. There, the final battle against Lust begins, ending with Lust's demise. All of the scheming, misdirection, and plays were epic and well-paced. In just 5 episodes, we get a really engaging sting operation. Mustang gathered all of his pieces to prepare for anything. When the villains tried to frame Ross, Mustang protected her by breaking her out and faking her death undetected. When they tried to kill off Barry, his secret weapon, he counterattacked and tracked them down, ultimately killing one of their best pieces. The Mustang unit also all have chess piece symbols. Mustang is the king, Hawkeye is the queen, Havoc is the knight, Fallman is the bishop, Breda is the rook, Fury is the pawn. Fitting for this arc. The third standout quality is the theme. The theme of this arc is, you shouldn't let others die for your dream. This is embodied through Ed, Al, and Mustang. Ed and Al were in grief that Hughes died for their dream of restoring their bodies. Mustang prevented Hawkeye and Fury from getting harmed by Gluttony for his dream, even though he abandoned his post. In the climax, Alphonse protected Hawkeye from death and said the quote, "I won't let anyone else die for my dreams," which Mustang agreed with when he came to save them one last time after saving Havoc. The fourth thing that makes this arc amazing is how it manages to be extremely engaging without relying on fights. There are 4 fights in this arc: Scar versus the Silver Alchemist, the Elrics versus the Jingese fighters, Mustang unit versus Barry and Gluttony, and Mustang unit versus Lust. All of these fights are short and none of them are amazing, but despite that, the arc still stands strong because of its amazing plot. There are some side plots revolving around Scar and his crew, and Ed and Al dealing with Ling, Winry, and the Hughes family, but most of the scenes are dedicated to the schemers playing chess with each other. I'm working on a concept formula for how action stories are written. The idea is that stories are made up of exposition scenes that lead to action scenes. Exposition scenes are mostly scenes where there is no risk of failure or consequence for failure. Action scenes are where there are risks and consequences. Most battle manga have battles as their action scenes, but FMA is able to diversify its action scenes in the Lust arc. Obviously, there are the 4 fights I mentioned, but outside of all of that, there's Ross's breakout. Technically there's some fighting, but not in the traditional 1v1 sense that battle manga have. It's mostly a breakout and chase scene that ends in an explosion. Additionally, Mustang's movement of his pieces crosses between exposition and action. Technically, moving around Fallman, Hawkeye, Havoc, Ross, and more doesn't fall under action scene in the traditional sense, but it also doesn't cleanly fall under exposition scene either. From the perspective of the chessboard, it is an action scene. He's moving his pieces around to prepare for an attack. The only reason there was no risk of failure is because his enemies didn't know what he was planning. If they knew what he was up to, some of the movements and vacations could have been denied, which would have been a failure. With that said, Ross's arrest could also count as an action scene due to it being a chess move by the villains. So by diversifying its action scenes, it keeps the story fresh and avoids repetition. The different action scenes also flow smoothly and naturally into the plot that's being told. In conclusion, the Lost Ark is phenomenal due to its fast pacing, effective use of screen time, intricate operation with intelligent chess moves, a good plot twist, emotional moments, a strong theme, and its diverse action scenes. That's 5 episodes of greatness. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, and help me revolutionize the manga industry by buying my manga and spreading the word. All important links will be in the description.